Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Gay. I'm your host Connie, and today I am here to make a bit of an interesting announcement you probably weren't expecting. So, as you know, we have been doing this new scheduled format since the beginning of the year. And pretty much at the end of last month or beginning of this month, I made a little announcement saying, "Oh yeah, the schedule's working out. I'm having no real issues with it, so we're going to continue it for the time being, pretty much indefinitely." And now that we've reached kind of the 2 month point of having done this, not exactly, of course. Obviously, we would have to go a little bit longer, but pretty much we're 2 months into the year. Um, I wanted to make a statement on how this is going, as well as some updates to that we're going to start doing. So, first off, I want to say again, this is going really well. The scheduled format's actually working out with only doing 1 to 2 videos a day. It's been working, and I've had really no big problems with it. But just this week, my dad decided to start a new kind of schedule, I guess you could say, with how he is doing his work. Um, Normally, he would go to work at about 7 a.m., but he's been having trouble since he started this new job getting enough sleep because he tends to, when he comes home, he tends to work out till pretty much after midnight, and then he stays and watches stuff most of the time until like 2 a.m. He's been getting very little sleep, and because of that, it's been affecting him. And so he's decided he's going to go in a little later, and by a little, I mean basically 3 hours later. He's leaving around 10 a.m. now. So, what does this mean? Well, it means that he's leaving later and coming home like maybe a little later as well. But because of that, he he puts me kind of in an odd position of like what to do in terms of my recording, because that's 3 hours cut out at the beginning of the day that I can't record during anymore. And most of the time, I would try to start recording around 8:30, 9 o'clock. Now, for days where it's just like a show or two, it's like that's not a big deal at all. But for any day that has like a movie that I got to record, or like the streams on Wednesday, that causes a little bit of an issue, as you can imagine. Um, it raises some problems in regards to like what we're going to do with that, because it's like after a certain point, the sun starts like blasting in my face from the window, and then there's just only a certain point I can record to anyway. And with the schedule as it is, like there's not too much of an issue because again, it's like 2 shows a day most days. On days I record the movies, it's been 1 show a day, and then there's a stream on Wednesday as well. So it's like not too much to worry about, right? Well, I'm thinking part of the thing with this new time I'm allotted is that I'm going to need to switch things around a little bit. Um, I don't really think there's a way of getting around that at this point. So that's where the other part of this announcement comes in. Not just that, oh, we're continuing things, but we have to switch things around a little. We have to move the schedule around in a way that's going to work a little better for me. And I think I've figured out a way to do it. This is not going to be kicking in right away because I've already got like kind of like plans set up for next week and everything with how it's going to go. But this will be starting on Monday, March 11th. So this is the new schedule that will be starting on Monday, March 11th. It's a little switched around. Things are going to be a little different. But we're still reacting to all the same shows that we currently have planned. None of that is changing at all. So, Mondays, starting on March 11th, will be our new One Piece slot. One Piece is moving from Tuesdays to Mondays. So One Piece is going to be on Mondays, but it's not going to be alone this time. Since I won't be doing like movies on Monday in terms of recording, One Piece will be joined by YouTube reactions. So this is something that I've been trying to figure out how to get like doing, you know? It's like, how do I get this really going? Because I really need to get to some of these YouTube rewards that I have like stocked up from people donating for them. Um, and so with having to change things around, this actually came out really well. So Mondays, not only will I be doing One Piece, but I'll be doing a YouTube reaction. And I can't say like if there'll be like multiple videos each time or not. I don't know. I'm gonna just kind of play it by ear. And you may be wondering, oh, what about when you run out of YouTube rewards to get to? Well, we'll figure that out when we get to that point. I might replace it with another show. We'll see. So yeah, Monday will be One Piece and YouTube reactions. Tuesday will now be the First Impressions continuation. So basically, Monday and Tuesday are switching up. So Dr. Stone, Moon Girl Season 2, those will both be on Tuesdays. As well as my recording for a movie. So I'll be recording the Saturday movie on Tuesdays as well. So that's not really changing. That's how it's been. Wednesday will now be our poll series, which is currently on Thursdays. So Tangled the series will be moving to Wednesdays. And it will be continued to be joined for Wednesdays by the streams. Streams will continue to be on Wednesday, but it will just be those two things. And I think that's better just because of the time frame I have, doing one show and the stream instead of doing two shows in a stream like I had it before. I think that's going to just work out a lot better for my time frame now. That's one of the big reasons I wanted to make the change, because of the stream. And then Thursday will be the donation reward. So once again, Wednesday and Thursday are basically just switching places. So Thursday will be Shameless and Undead Unluck, which are our currently going donation rewards since we're dropping free season 3. Which I'm going to actually talk about more in a minute here. And then Friday will remain the same. We're going to have, actually by that point, Has Been Hotel will be finished. So we'll have Has Been Hotel's replacement. And then we'll also have Hilda Season 2. But we'll also be, of course, having the second movie reaction, which I hadn't mentioned yet. So movie reactions, instead of Tuesdays and Thursdays now, will be Tuesdays and Fridays. It's just going to work the best in terms of time for me. And I think it's just going to make the most sense for me. And keep in mind, that's for when I'm recording them. That's not when they're released. They're still going to be released every Saturday and Sunday, but I'm recording them on Tuesdays and Fridays now. So, yeah, that is the plan regarding the schedule. Once again, Mondays are One Piece and YouTube reactions. Tuesdays, Dr. Stone, Moon Girl Season 2, and I'm going to be recording Saturday's movie. Wednesdays will be Tangled the series and a live stream. Thursdays, Shameless and Undead Unluck. And Fridays, the replacement for Has Been Hotel and Hilda Season 2. So, I also want to use this this announcement / update video to also bring something up that I made a mistake on when it comes to Free Season 3. You may know, you might know, I don't know, that if you haven't been watching the free videos, you probably wouldn't. But I dropped Free Season 3 yesterday because I just was not enjoying it. I found there were too many issues that were just hurting my enjoyment. But there was one thing I made a notable mistake on, and I'm really surprised no one corrected me on this. I mentioned, and I've been mentioning this, I think, pretty much all season. We did 4 episodes, and again, I don't think no one ever corrected me on this. But I've been mentioning that like Ikuya came out of nowhere, and I was wrong. Ikuya was actually like not only mentioned but shown in a notable part of the Starting Days movie, which I reacted to between seasons 1 and 2. Although I found out after the fact that you're technically supposed to react to Starting Days between seasons 2 and 3, which makes a lot more sense because Starting Days sets up for season 3. It introduces the characters that we're seeing in season 3, such as Ikuya. I watched that, I believe, back in 2019, which was 5 years ago, half a decade ago. I did not fucking remember anything about that movie. I didn't remember that Ikuya was in it at all. So when I was like saying like that Ikuya came out of nowhere, I genuinely believed that because I genuinely thought he had. Because I didn't remember anything about that movie. And so I found that out and I wanted to correct my mistake about that. But all of my other issues with the season I still think are valid. I still think there's just way too many problems that are just, again, hurting my enjoyment of it and keeping me from really getting into the season. So even though I did make a mistake on there, and I just wanted to correct that real quick here, I wanted to also mention that it is still dropped because of all of the other reasons and just lack of enjoyment. And again, I do apologize for that, just like I said in the video yesterday. And it really sucks, especially with how much I enjoyed the first couple seasons. But if I'm not liking what I'm watching, I'm not going to force myself to continue to sit through it. That's just not going to work. It'll make for bad reactions, and it just is going to hurt my mental health. So it's not something I'm willing to do. But all of that being said, so yeah, the big thing here was still the schedule change, which again is not going to start next week, but the week after, starting on Monday, March 11th. This schedule change is just going to make it a lot easier for myself and is just going to work better in terms of the current time frame that I now am going to have to record. Not really much of anything I can do about it. Hope it's okay that things are being switched around a bit. But yeah, it's not too bad. It's just things are being done in a slightly different order. So I hope that's okay with you. I hope you're all good with all of the changes. But yeah, this is how it's going to be for the foreseeable future. Which means obviously I'm going to have to change the channel banner and everything. So that's going to be fun. I'm going to have to move things around quite a bit for that. So yeah. But we'll handle that. We'll get that taken care of. And we'll just continue going. So if any other changes occur, such as, once again, if we end up running out of YouTube reactions at some point, if any other changes occur, I will let you know. And we will tackle that when we get to that. And just another reminder, tomorrow is March 1st, which means tomorrow starts the entire double reward month for the season. So yeah, please donate if you are able and willing. Once again, we have put a minimum donation limit, I guess you could say, on it. You can go check out the information video, but it's $1. It's not a lot. It's still very low, so you can still donate pretty much anything you want. I just basically just don't want it to be spare change essentially. Again, more info can be found in the actual announcement video for the March Double Reward Month. But yeah, just as a reminder of that here too, that does start tomorrow. But all of that being said, I thank you so much for tuning in. If you have any questions, any thoughts, anything you want to get clarification on, please feel free to put that in the comments below. I do see and read every comment, so no worries there. But all of that being said, thank you so much for tuning in. And for now, I'm Connie and I'm signing off. See y'all next time.